Hey Andy, good to see you. Waiting for a little bit more people to show up before I start doing anything. What I'm doing today is we're going to be making a tabletop for the table that we used to have in here. It went to pot, I made it too thin and it warped, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Hey Bud, how you doing? Tony, how you doing? But anyways, like I said, we're going to be working on making a tabletop. I already have it all prepped. We just got to glue it up and clamp it. And we'll go from there. I just figured I'd bring you guys along for the process of doing this. So let me get the camera aimed down here a little bit. That should be good. And we're using birch for this, so hopefully you guys can hear me and all that. I'm going to use these ones with the red handles as the bottom because they got feet. And the table's about 4 foot by 3 foot, so it's not very big. And that'll go right over here when Sarah and I move back into this cabin. Good. And we got to figure out the layout for this wood too, so let's see how it's going to look. I've already planed them all down and did the joints, so it shouldn't be that bad. Actually, I need to start on this side. It's easier to do it over here because it's warming the cabin versus in the barn where it is not heated yet. That will hopefully change this summer. What I'm looking for is some of this birch has got nice movement in it. So I'm trying to get that on there. No, that one was one I was going to save for the edge. I'll look at the comments here in a minute, see what you guys are all talking about. That's just some nice spalting going on. Let's get more spalting as well. Oh, make that one easy on it while I do it. Let's see what you guys are saying over here. Chatterbox, hi, nice to see you in here. Rodney says hanging out with you while working. Not a problem, Rod. Hey, R Slice. LaRue, how are you? I said we're just gonna be making another dining table for this cabin. We're not a fan of. I don't even picture. We're not a fan of the round table, so that's why we're doing this. I don't know if you guys can see it, probably not, but there's nice movement in the wood there, so that's why I'm choosing certain pieces for where this side's actually a little nicer. There we go. So that's how it's going to look. Of course, it'll be trimmed down, stuff like that. But, all right, so now I've got to get the glue in a little cup and start gluing it up. Hello, Steve. Sorry AI took your job, man. No, I don't like AI, it's a pain in the butt. We got the Blaze King ripping over here so it stays nice and warm. I grabbed the wrong glue, this is the bad glue. Let me run downstairs to the root cellar here, see if there's another one down there. we're gonna have to go crazy on this one here. It's got good glue in it, but it's got a skim on the top. It's got left open. Ignore me. We'll get this thing. Nope, that one is bad. All right, I'm gonna run to the cabin real quick. Keep yourselves entertained for a minute. I'll be back. Whoa. How many got stuck with me? Oh, 44. Found my glue. It was over in the cabin or in the house, so we're good now. Hey, Nightmare. Yeah, watching the fire burn. Hey, Rocon, Montana, good to see you. Stormy, Paul, whole bunch of you in here. Anyways, yeah, we're about to glue up this table here. The reason I wasn't sure where my glue was is we can't keep this in a barn because it's not heated. It freezes, and that's what happened to that 1 gallon jug. It froze and then thawed, and it solidified. But I got a full one here. So let's start getting this thing glued up and get it clamped. There we go. Like I said, this is going to be our table for over here. We had one like this when we first got over. When we first moved over here. I built it the first winter here, and it's lasted us 4 years. And when I milled the wood, I did it too thin, so it's all cupped and warped. This is twice the thickness, so it'll be fine. And it's only temporary until I can make the new dining table out of the maple that I have. Thank you, Richard, for bring that up to us. I do not use pegs or dowels or biscuit joiners. I have found that regular glue works just fine. And this is birch that was milled here on property. I do have a sawmill. It's not a very big one. I will be extending the tracks on it this year. I have you guys over there for a reason. We've done a lot of work in the cabin. It's not done yet, and I don't want you to get to see it yet until it's done. I'll spread it out, then I'll add a little bit more onto each one. Let it squeeze out. Just want it to spread out a little bit this way. When I got the plastic down, so nobody's gonna make a mess. And this will be dried tomorrow, and I'll give it a quick sanding and then mount the legs. Okay, there we go. Let's do a small bead all the way around again just to get a little extra. Pop it open, dumbass. So how are you guys doing today? I'll check the comments here once I get this thing glued. All right. not worried about the ends matching up fully because I will be changing that. Why is there a gap? Oh, there it is. It's good. Okay, come on that side. Move my feet. I'm going to start clamping it. I generally start in the middle. I brought a couple pieces of wood over with some regular clamps to try to keep the edges from moving stupidly. Now start tightening them a little bit more as we go. I want to see glue squeezing out of every line. All right, before we go any further, this will help kind of keep it level so it doesn't cut while I'm clamping it. I expect to have to do some sanding anyways. So far so good. Okay, now we start tightening down the clamps. You not have to worry about it cupping. Do the top blue ones. I don't want to put too much pressure on it where the bars start bending, because then you know you're cupping it. I think that's it. Every spot's got glue sticking up. Except for one spot right there, but it's okay because I know it's got a good amount of glue in it. Nothing's rising except for that one right there, but like I said, I expect to have to hit it with the sander and bring it down. So anyway, let's see what you guys are all saying over there. All right, let's see who's here. Now McKenna, Rodney's still here. Reginald. Right, yeah, I figured I'd just pop up and do the, oh, hey, Chip Hailstone, how are you doing, brother? -36, we were -4 this morning when we got up. So it's kind of nice. Cabin's about 65 over here. Chip, I want to thank you again about coming on to the live stream with us a while back. That was greatly appreciated. And Rodney and I still need to get a hold of you and talk about getting some Ulus. Well, looks like I'm caught up pretty much. Anyways, there. Are the 1-inch boards or thicker? They're 1-inch boards. This is only a temporary table. I have 2 massive maple slabs in the barn that we will do a regular kitchen table with. However, I can't do that until it warms up because that has to be done in the barn. I can't do it in here. They're too heavy to move around. You have a ton of snow up there? Not really. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if it'll allow me to turn the camera when I get outside. Let's see if it'll do it. Yep, there we go. We've only got about 19 inches on the ground, and that's about it. There's the main house. Sarah's over there doing stuff. So no, we don't have a lot of snow. Get back in here. And it's, to me, this negative temperature, when it's negative 10 or above, it's not that cold. I've just got a fleece on and I'm running around out there. It don't bother me one bit. Let me show you the view of Denali here. It looks far away, but that's because the way this camera lens is. Let's see if I can zoom this. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can. That's about what it looks like with the naked eye. So, anyways, yeah, that's the view of the house. Mount Denali, or McKinley, whoever you talk to. We still call it Denali. You know, the elders, the natives up here for thousands of years called it Denali, so that's what we call it as well. Yeah. Hey, Brian, I wouldn't say that because you guys had snow not that far from your house not that long ago. Let me zoom back in. But yeah, we're doing work here in the cabin. I'm not going to show you too much because then I wouldn't be able to do a video. You guys know all the stuff. But you guys already seen this here. That's the new closet in the bathroom or shower room. But I got to back out, otherwise you're going to see what I'm doing in here. But yeah, we've got a bunch of work still to do. Adam and Phyllis will be back up in about a week and a half. I think a week from Saturday, they'll be back up here. And they'll be doing their thing. And we'll continue plugging along. I don't know how much you guys have seen of this cabin, so let me just flip around. I can't show you certain parts because I'm on a live and there are weapons around. This is the little cabin. This is where Sarah and I will be moving back into. Negative 34D. Ooh-wee. I can't go much further that way because of the stuff on the wall. Well, hello from Ohio. How you doing, Joseph? Let's see. Yeah, way up. No, Bradenton had snow, and that's not that far from you there, Brian. Anyways, let me put it back on me. That way I can walk around the house and you guys can't see what's on the walls, and YouTube can't have a hissy fit about things. Because we know, you know how they are. They're kind of stupid. Let's see if I can raise this thing up a little bit so I don't have to hold it. There. Well, that's about it. I just wanted to share this a little bit with you guys here while I was putting the new table together. And when I get it done and I'm getting ready to mount it, I'll bring you guys back when I'm doing that, because I'll have some sanding to do tomorrow, some routering, put a nice edge on it, a little bit of reinforcing, and then I'll have to bring this table out. The chairs, I think Adam and Phyllis want, so they're going to take those chairs because we have our own chairs. And then I'll bring you guys in and I'll mount this table up after I get it covered. I don't really do anything fancy with these kind of tables. I just put some Odie's oil on it gives it a nice shine. It does protect it a little bit. I've been using Odie's oil on a lot of things for a long time. It is food safe, so if I make butcher block, stuff like that, I use it on that. Yeah, it does look great. A little Lone Star, or Lone Cross Scotty. Sorry, I don't know why that Lone Star. That's probably because I was talking to John earlier. We were talking about Lone Star Pawn Shop in Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte area. They did. I thought they had a dusting, Brian. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I'm didn't know to be wrong. Yeah, the maple table is gonna be, it's gonna be spectacular. But well, let me show you what we're trying to do, what we're gonna do. You guys know that our barn has a greenhouse on it. Let me bring you around here. There it is. You guys know that like I said, the greenhouse is on top of the barn. It is 16 by 20. Our goal is this summer is to find enough roofing material to take all that plastic off. I'm going to extend the roof out a little bit to give myself a little bit more clearance on the inside. And the whole top story of that barn is going to be my wood shop. This side here and where the greenhouse is, I'll just turn it into, you know, one massive wide open shop. Because downstairs there's columns in there holding up the second floor, and it's a pain in the butt. So I'm just gonna have to get in there and use the bottom just as a place to store the snow machines, the four-wheeler, stuff like that. Because currently I have 2 snow machines underneath the lean-to at the barn there. I've got my Can-Am is underneath the cover, which is underneath snow. And then in the summertime, I can put the snow machines in there and not have to worry about the bears chewing on the damn things, because they like to do that kind of stuff. It is a 1203 nightmare. So, and we've had gorgeous sun for the last couple days, so I have not had to run a generator. We've been charging up every day by about 2 o'clock, fully charged. So it's been kind of nice, and it's just going to continue. We're getting about, we're getting close to 10 hours of daylight a day now. So it's been kind of nice. But yeah, that's kind of the plans for that building. And once that's done, that's when I'll start making that maple table. I have 2 slabs. I had 3. They were brought up by one of our subscribers, Richard, and when he visited Alaska, and he dropped them off to our friends in town. I had gotten 2 of them home, and I had posted pictures of them online on Facebook, and Marty Rainey from Homestead Rescue spotted them, and he was like, oh, can I get one of those from you? And I hemmed and hawed about it. In the end, I did let Marty get one from me. So if you see any of his videos where he's showing around his Airbnbs, or it might even be in his regular house, if you see a big maple slab table, that came from me. But so I have 2 left, so I'm gonna make one beautiful table. It's gonna be an epoxy table. It'll have stuff like that in it, so it'll be nice. Joseph, we're around, I think, I don't know, around 8 or 9 hours of daylight now. We're gaining about 5 minutes a day. I think by the end of the month we'll be up to 10 hours, so we're probably over 9 hours of daylight right now, which is good. Here in about another week or 2, the chickens will start laying eggs again. If I can get it warmed up, I might have to put a diesel heater out there to help keep them warm, because I'm almost out of eggs. And then we get the trapper cabin over there, which the deck of it's a mess because I've been doing stuff over there. Those solar panels are going to come off there, and we're going to put a couple of the 325s up there that are bifacial and plumb them into this house here, because this, like I said, this will be our predominant residency after we move out of the house. We bought the property because of this cabin, so we're just going to move back into it. And then the machine shop you see right there is going to get turned into the chicken coop because it's fully insulated, and the chickens will be fine in there. And I can see them right now. They're way over yonder, and I can't see them from over here. And if a bear gets in there, well, then I have no more chickens. But, and some people always ask, how steep is the hill over there, Rob? Well, you can see how it drops off, and the creek is down that way a ways. It's about an 80-foot drop from where I'm standing right here. Yeah, got to have fresh eggs, Brian. Our moose season is from September 1st to September 20th. We have a very, very short moose season. However, if everything goes as planned, I might be heading with Rodney from Pure Alaska down to one of his property down in, I think it's Point McKenzie or something like that, where the season opens a little earlier. So I might wind up doing that. Let me get you guys adjusted on this. There you are. But I just wanted to bring you guys in and show you what I was doing here. You know, we don't do very many daytime lives, so I figured I'd do one today. So I'm gonna let it glue up, let it dry, and tomorrow I will bring it out to the barn and get it all cut up to the size, routed the edges, put some reinforcing on the bottom of it, and then when I'm ready to start putting it together, I'll bring you guys over and show you putting it together here at the cabin. Till then, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you all for joining, by the way. I greatly appreciate that. My God, my hair's a mess. I'll talk to Sarah. Maybe we'll do another live here real soon. We'll see. See what the boss says. All right. Anyways, you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye.